Listen, of course you can do it. I've made all the arrangements. I mean it, Charlie. You'll be terrific. All right, why don't you meet me here and we'll go together? Fine. Don't worry about a thing. You're going to be perfect. All right, bye.
Charlie, who?
I didn't hear you come in.
I sort of snuck up on you. What's going on, you little cutie?
Yeah.
So, who's Charlie?
Oh, you'll find out soon enough. We're meeting here and we're going over to the hospital together.
What did you mean when you said, of course you can do it? Do what?
I need help putting the case histories together for my lectures. You know the trouble I've had.
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, I need a really sharp medical student. Charlie's it. Charlie is perfect.
Oh.
Full-time scholarship, but, you know, kids these days, sometimes they need a little help, even though they have scholarships.
Yeah, I know.
Well, things add up. The cost of books and lab fees, it gets expensive.
Uh-huh. So, you are coming to Charlie's rescue.
Lesley, no one deserves this any more than Charlie does. You'll see. Why you look so puzzled?
No, I wasn't puzzled at all. I was just standing here and thinking, gee, it sounds like he's found a new crusade. And it's not a big deal, sweetheart, but you know, when you set out to help somebody, you do get what you might call carried away.
I am not carried away, and I think this situation will speak very clearly for itself.
It will.
Yes. I have not seen a student of this caliber in a long time. I mean, brilliant, and a real flair and enthusiasm for medicine. You'll see yourself. Hi.
Hi. I hope I didn't keep you waiting.
No, not at all. I want you to meet my wife, Dr. Lesley Weber. Charlie, Lesley Weber.
You're Charlie.
Yes, doctor. And this is a real honor, believe me.
Thank you. Charlie. As in what?
A lot of people get confused about that.
Understandably.
Actually, my real name is Charlene, but I've been called Charlie ever since I was just a kid.
Ah.
Well, it's less formal, and I like that. I hope that Dr. Weber has told you how grateful I am.
For what?
Well, for the part-time job, helping him at his office. I hardly need tell you that just being at one of Dr. Weber's lectures is a thrill.
Really?
Well, the whole class thinks that he's the most inspiring teacher we've ever had.
Really?
And he really cares. You know, we all know that. Anyway, I'm really excited about working in his office, and I just can't thank him enough.
Can we stop just for one moment? I'm beginning to blush all over. Lesley, in actuality, I'm the one who should feel very fortunate and very lucky here.
Fortunate, sweetheart, in what way?
But I've got somebody as sharp, as brilliant as she is to help me. Oh, I want to get going right away because I want to get her acclimated and settled at the hospital before I start that busy day of mine, okay?
Oh, speaking of your day, don't forget, we have a date for lunch.
Yeah, 1 o'clock, after you.
Right.
Okay. Shall we?
I can hardly wait.
Good.
It's been a real pleasure, Dr. Weber.
Thank you. It's just been wonderful for me, too.
Honestly, Doctor, I just can't thank you enough.
Oh, bye.
Bye.
Probably the most intelligent way to break this down would be by subject. That way, whatever lectures I have, all you're going to have to do is find the subject that most closely relates to the...
I would be thrilled to do that, Dr. Weber.
You get excited about small things, don't you? Okay, this first stack will be the case histories of the patient.
Yes, sir.
Here we're going to have if they are subsequently admitted into the hospital, and then the last pile will be the post-surgery reports of all kinds, okay? You still with me?
Yes.
Good.
I just still can't believe it.
Believe what?
Well, that you chose me to help you. It's like a dream come true, and I'll never be able to repay you.
You don't ever have to think of repaying me. No, maybe you can be a fine physician. Someday, and I'm sure you'll do that.
Thanks to you. Oh, I mean that. You know, if you hadn't offered me this part-time job, I don't know what I would have done. Oh, it's true I have a scholarship, but my parents can't afford to help me at all. And without this job, I don't think I could have made ends meet.
Charlie, anybody that has a medical aptitude like you do deserves the help. Deserves all the help you can get. And I have to be very frank. I've had my eye on you since the very first day that you started asking questions in the lecture hall.
You have? Really?
Yes. You're going to be a fine doctor. I guarantee you of that. And if someday in the future I can look back and say with pride that I helped her in some small way.
Oh, it's not a small way, Doctor. And I don't just mean the job. I mean being around you. Being so close to a man that I admire so much.
My patients are not going to admire me if I don't start on my round. So why don't you begin right here? Take my seat, please.
Okay.
And get to it. Oh, you have any questions, just hold them for me, and we'll go over them a little later, all right?
Gunderson, John A., age 64.
So that would have rheumatic pericarditis.
Did he have rheumatic fever? If I remember the text correctly, pericarditis occurs in 3 to 13% of rheumatic fever cases.
That's right on the nose.
Will I find your treatment of choice in here?
Yeah, that should be in the corresponding inpatient file.
Oh, could you take just a minute to show me, Doctor? I just want to make sure I get it right.
Sure, I think I can take a minute. Okay. Sorry. Gunderson, here we are. Okay. Now you should find everything right in there, and then when it comes to the, tell you what, I would say that probably you ought to do a cross-reference file. That way we could have the information of all three files right at our fingertips.
Oh, I will.
Good. You're going to find in here the diagnosis when he was admitted, and that should also correspond to the diagnosis after he left. And there's Amy. Dear Amy, but you will meet her soon enough. She's a nurse here at the hospital. And Mikey and Blackie.
They live at your house, too?
Sometimes I think half the city of Port Charles lives at their house. No, we adopted Mike, and then Blackie moved in.
Yeah, I hope those young people realize how lucky they are to have you for a father figure in their lives.
I feel too much like a father figure.
Well, that's because you're so young yourself. And it makes them even luckier because that way you can talk to them as a contemporary.
Well, I'm not a contemporary little Mikey. And I might feel even less as far as Blackie goes. No, they're very active. They are great kids, and we love everyone.
Do you realize that I have been waiting for you in the cafeteria for 25 minutes?
I forgot we had a luncheon. I'm sorry.
25 minutes ago, and I only have an hour for lunch.
Listen, I'm really sorry. I got her started on these files.
On the floor.
It's easier that way. We just spread everything out.
Oh, sure. It's kind of like making a game of it.
Look, I'm really sorry that I kept Dr. Weber from meeting you. This is my job, and I should not have involved him.
Oh, wait a minute. I got you started in this. I take responsibility for that.
Well, and you've been such a big help, too. Look, if you don't mind, I think I'm going to skip lunch myself and keep right on working.
No, that doesn't sound fair. Sorry.
Well, I want to. You know, I want to get these files in just the kind of shape that you want them, and I hope that without you here, I won't do it wrong.
Yeah, you'll do just perfectly, I tell you. But it's not right that you have to skip lunch, we go have lunch, and you stay here working with that. I feel very guilty about it.
Whatever you do, sweetheart, don't feel guilty.
What?
Nothing.
No, I was just thinking that...
Of course you were.
No, I don't think it's right that she has to stay here and work. Lesley, the whole purpose in this is to help me. This is my work, my responsibility, and maybe I shouldn't go to lunch. I should stay here and help her get this started, so it's not right.
Right, sweetie. Why don't you just do that?
Certainly hope your wife wasn't angry, Doctor.
I don't really think so. She's a doctor. She does understand the importance of files.
I'm glad. You know, actually, there's still so much work to do that I don't think I can get done before my next class. Maybe I could come back later and do some more work.
No, I've imposed enough on you as it is. Thank
Doctor, you are not imposing. Far from it. Just being around you, I learned so much. Really, I would love to keep on working.
You sure you don't mind?
Not at all. I just can't tell you how exciting it is working for you.
Wrong.
Wrong?
Not working for me, working with me.